Hi, I'm Carrie and I am the author and disability advocate behind myseveralworlds.com. I wish so much that I could be there in person today to help all of you celebrate this massive advancement in human rights for all residents of Taiwan. I am a disabled permanent resident of Taiwan who has been living here for 20 years. I'm originally from Canada and chose to make Taiwan my home many years ago. I'm a business owner here. I have worked as the chairwoman for the Canadian Chamber of Commerce in Taiwan. I live with a disease called axial spondyloarthritis. In short, it is a form of inflammatory arthritis that attacks your spine and SI joints. Because it affects my spine, I have massive problems not only with my joints and bones and connective tissue, but also with my muscles, and it's attacking my organs as well. The first few years of my diagnosis, from 2009 through until around 2015, I achieved what was called medical remission. And then I came out of remission and I started losing the use of my legs. That's when I started asking doctors about the possibility of receiving some form of disability assistance. Primarily, we had asked about a disabled handicap parking pass, and we could not understand why doctors would not even look us in the eyes or wouldn't answer our questions. I run a patient-centered hub in Taiwan and Asia that connects, educates, and inspires chronically ill and disabled patients around the world and in Taiwan. I want to stress that there are a lot of us here in Taiwan, far more than you probably can imagine, who are in need of this legislation being passed. Axial spondyloarthritis has stripped my life of everything I used to love doing. My husband is the superhero in my life that does everything for us. He takes me to my hospital appointments. He pushes me around in my wheelchair. We needed help, and there was no help coming. And I started really trying to dig deep into the stories that I was hearing. In Taiwan, the number of stories that were coming in from women who were sick and disabled here, or from women who have children that are sick and disabled here, was just astonishing. And it was a massive human rights issue that we stumbled upon, and didn't think that we never thought that it would ever change. And in a mere 2 years, Legislator Wong has worked some magic in helping change all of our lives for the better. Celebrating the fact that we are able to access these services now today at this press conference is just a massive moment in Taiwan history. And I want to tell you a little bit about the services that are now starting to change my life. I want to stress that disability certificates and disability services are different for every person. Every disability is unique and individual. So what I have with my disability certificate might not be the same for you. But let me tell you a little bit about what this certificate has done for me since I received it earlier this year. For one, last week was the first time I've ever used my handicap parking pass at the hospital. I can't tell you the range of emotions that washed through me as we left the hospital after a full day of hospital appointments and testing. We rolled out of the elevator and our car was right there. No more waiting for my husband to walk away for 5 minutes to get our parked car somewhere and come back and load everything in a hurry at the front door of the hospital. The other benefit that I was given when I received my disability certificate is a companion pass. And what that entails is it ensures that I can have somebody with me whenever I leave my home and have to go somewhere in public. It also grants me access to disability transportation. So disability transportation would allow me to get my power wheelchair into a hospital for my hospital appointments. I would never book it for anything else. I simply needed to be able to get to my hospital appointments. And without my certificate, I was looking at spending thousands of dollars just to get my power wheelchair from my apartment, which is 7 minutes from my hospital, into the hospital. now I can access that service. And this week I will be meeting with a social worker who's going to be teaching me a little bit more about what kind of services are available to someone like me who has lost the ability to use my legs. Another thing that we've benefited from, aside from the parking pass and disability transport and the companion service, is I was shocked to find out that some of my bills have come down. They're even lower now. And my husband has also benefited a little bit because his car tax has been reduced. We were never expecting any kind of subsidies for that kind of thing. So those were both pleasant surprises as well. And the last thing that I'm really excited about is I can replace my manual wheelchair, which served me very well for 10 years, but it is an old wheelchair and I now have a subsidy to get a new one. So when I say thank you and give my eternal thanks and gratitude to Legislator Wong and to Barry and to the team at Crossroads, to all of my friends who have listened to me and have helped to push this campaign out, I just want to say thank you, because all of you have changed my life. Living life as a disabled person is not easy, but it's getting a little bit easier, and I'm grateful for all of it.